Welcome back! My name is ballerscuba. This is Video Games Over Time. We are still in 1982, and we are still in Wizardry II. When we last left off, I went over the background of the game, kind of got into the manual, and then showed off a bit of the game when we started, and then said I had to manually input all of our characters. I said that I was going to do all 12. I ended up only doing 6. Doing 12 seemed to cause some issues when I did that, so we're going to stick with the 6 that I know work, and we are going to move from there. So, I did figure out how to import, by the way, but it caused errors that made the game unplayable, so I manually typed them in anyway. I do have all of my characters ready to go. They are in Gilgamesh's Tavern. Let's go ahead and bring in Durin, Gimli, Bilbo, Elrond, Fizzlewick, and Haleth, our champions. Now, you might notice that their ACs are where they were before. That is not their actual ACs. When we get into the game, you'll see that it will change. Let's take a look at Durin. He is our level 20 dwarf. He has the little chevron there, the little greater than symbol to prove that he beat Wordna. And he has won. I do have all the golden experience that I had in the previous game, but all of my equipment is gone, which means that AC number is lying to you. That's not going to be his actual number. His actual number is going to be 10 as soon as we get into the maze. So I'm going to have to buy equipment. If you do not have any money on these characters, right, you went out and you didn't have any money left when you beat the game and you imported them in, don't worry too much about it. The equipment's not going to be a huge deal. You can get enough money pretty quickly in this game as long as you have your spellcasters with you. It shouldn't be an issue. But that is Durin. Gimli is our fighter, also a dwarf. Bilbo is our hobbit. He is a thief, obviously. And then we have Elrond. He is our bishop. He is an elf. Fizzlewick, our gnome priest. And Haleth, our human mage. So that is the party that we had before. That's the party that I beat the game with. You can see all the little chevrons there. The idea is that you are supposed to level up your characters in Wizardry 1 so much that they can actually beat Wizardry 2 and then bring everybody forward. That's the recommendation. So having recommendations as high as level 18 makes me not feel bad about having level 20 characters along with me. And then, of course, their stats are maxed because you can use save states every time you rest to make sure you don't lose any points and make sure you get all the points that you need. So this is the party that we're going to use bringing forward. Now that we have a party with us, I can look at the Adventurers Inn. The Adventurers Inn is the same as it was in the first game. It functions exactly the same. We will never use it. Just never use it because I do not want levels for my characters. My characters do not need levels. They are good. And if they were to get levels, I could lose stat points. So I'm never going to use the inn. Never. Ever. There's the Temple of Gnilda. This is the same. It could be used. I hope it is not. Then we have Boltak's Trading Post. Now our characters don't have any armor, don't have any weapons, so we are going to need to purchase things here. I'll try to make this go quickly because it's the same. It's the same list. There's nothing new in Boltak's Trading Post. So we're going to get the long sword for Durin here. We are going to get the helm, the shield +1, the breastplate +1, and the gloves of copper. That is what we are going to need on Durin. On Gimli, we are going to need the longsword, the helm, pretty much the same things that we just got. Shield +1, breastplate +1, and the gloves of copper. For Bilbo, we are going to need... What are we going to need for you? The short sword. That's your best. I hate that it's your best. I think you can use the shield +1. You can't use the helm. We're going to need the leather +1 and shield +1. And I believe that's it for him. Yes. Okay, Elrond, we are going to need to purchase for you. We are going to get the Anointed Mace, the Leather +1, and then you do not get access to the Shield +1 or the Gloves of Copper, so you are getting the Small Shield. All right, next up we get Fizzlewick. Fizzlewick will not have too much trouble here, I don't think. Anointed Flail, the Breastplate +1 and Shield +1 and no gloves. And then Haleth, there's not much I can do for you. Let's go ahead and purchase the robes here and the staff +2. And we're good. Okay, let's go back to Gilgamesh's Tavern and equip everybody. Now we're at an AC -1 when we were -8. If you go into the maze, it will properly reset the AC, so don't think you can cheat the system by just never equipping anything. Doesn't work. And equip. All right, and I think we are good to go. Now, as I mentioned before, the maze is going to be different. There are 6 levels. You do have to go through each one of the levels, and you have no elevators. So you're going to need to learn how to maneuver properly through the maze each and every time. So, oh, it went kind of quickly there, but it says going to, I believe, the dungeon underneath the Temple of Gnilda. I believe that's what it says, something to that effect. We're going to start by inspecting Fizzlewick, casting a spell, because the spells are all the same. They have not changed. The only thing that has changed when it comes to spells is that you can kind of type in a couple letters here and there, and it'll pull up your list in case you forget how to spell something. But chances are, if you know the name of it, you probably know how to spell it. The hard part is remembering the name. What we want to cast is Meporfic. Meporfic will reduce all of our AC by 2, makes us harder to hit. All right. This looks familiar, but it's a completely different dungeon. The way that the level is designed, there are 4 quadrants, and then there is a path all the way around. We're going to ignore a lot of this level because we know where, well, I know where we need to go, and I'm not really interested in level grinding or anything like that. I could try to get better equipment for everybody, but I'm honestly hoping to get that during fights that I encounter along the way. I will briefly show off everything in the dungeon, kind of. I'll at least try to explain how the dungeon layout is, but we're going to ignore a good part of it, I should say. All right, so we're going to start by heading east. We're going to go forward 2 screens, and we encounter our first door. Obviously, this is different than Wizardry 1's dungeon. We didn't have a door here before. We're going to step through here because there is a fixed encounter here. Fixed encounters. I don't know where a lot of them are. I don't know where most of them are, if we're being honest. But I know that this one here exists. So we're going to head in here and not get a fight. Of course not. So that was going to be our first fight, but it didn't happen. So we're going to move on as if everything else is fine. We're going to keep going east. And here is our first corridor. This corridor will lead you to the center of the map, and that's where we want to go. Once again, continuing east, we'll just kind of loop around. There's 4 corridors, 4 quadrants, and then there's, basically a plus sign in the middle. And we're going to go up the bottom part of the plus sign here and into the middle. And here we get our first encounter. They are real. We start off with 4 level 7 mages. Rather difficult, but nothing we can't handle, nothing we haven't seen before. Because we surprised them, fight, parry, parry, parry. It's my standard. Let's kill 2 of them. I doubt Bilbo's going to be able to take one out. He sure doesn't. All right, we have 2 left. I'm going to try to basically go all out here. Fight. Catino, Montino. Let's not use the highest level stuff. I could go for Tilt-A-Wait, right? and that would clearly do the job here. But I think La Canito is probably my better bet. So we'll go with that instead. Gimli gets 1. Bilbo does a little bit of damage. And we have put the mage to sleep. He is also silenced. We are safe. La Canito didn't do the trick. It should have been Ma Canito. That would have won. All right. First treasure chest of the game. Same procedure as last time. So inspect it. It's an alarm. We'll disarm the alarm. And then we get a potion and some armor. I will take it. Nothing else matters to me. The experience, the gold, none of that matters. I'm only interested in items. Let's go forward to the true center of the map. We can kind of look around here. There's basically a couple standalone like walls here, and they're protecting the middle part. This middle part is very important. So let's head in and see what's there. As you enter, an eerie glow fills the room with a bright flash. A towering apparition appears before you. I'm having trouble reading the punctuation here. Hear these, the words of Gnilda. The city of Lilgamen, having shown its unworthiness, I chose to reclaim the symbols of my favor. Only here in my temple may one worthy enough regain those symbols in return. But woe to those undeserving who might try to obtain my staff. Who might try. To obtain my staff, one must acquire the 5. These are the tests, and shall be the proof before me presented. This is the will of Gnilda. And that basically outlines our entire plot. We need to get the 5 things, and then we need to come back here and show them off. That's the goal. The apparition slowly fades. I would say better than the first game where we had to go to like level 5? Something like that. We had to go, 4. Level 4 before we could even find out what we were supposed to do. But this time we know what we're supposed to do. And I will take that. Is Elrond missing something? Hold on, is he equipped properly? 4. He doesn't have any armor. I didn't get you any armor, Elrond. We'll go back and get that later. I missed something. All right, so we'll head out of the middle, the true middle, but we're still in kind of the middle quadrant here. Now, a lot of these small passageways are going to lead to warps, and those warps are going to confuse you. They typically will take you to the opposite side of the center part in the corridor that takes you back to the outside. That's the typical way that it goes. This one is the corridor that leads south. That's the way we came in. Here is a warp. Here is a warp again. And here's another warp. But this one here will take you to the Southwestern Quadrant. And we have been surprised by Champ Samurai. Okay. Miss. 22 damage on Bilbo and 20 damage on Gimli. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult. You have to have a good party ready to get out here. Fight, fight, fight. I'm going to assume that pretty much everybody that I'm fighting has spells, so I'm going to go for Catino, Montino, and La Halito. Let's do that. Since La Canito didn't work out for me, let's try La Halito. Durin doesn't kill him. Gimli doesn't kill him. Didn't put him to sleep. All right, I got 1. I got 1 out of 3. Okay, I got 1 with the La Halito. Another one takes damage. Second one takes damage. Okay, I got 1 silenced. And I think both of them are silenced. See, they do have spells. Like I said, I'm going to assume that each and every enemy that I'm going to fight has spells at this point. Once you get to a certain level in the first game, that is always the case. So why would it be any different here? Down go the samurai. We'll see what's in the treasure chest. Once again, I only care about items. I don't care about anything else. Armor. We'll take a look at that. I did fight some tough enemies, so there's a good chance there's something good in there. And then we will heal. Elrond will just do the basic spells. I like doing the basic spells outside of battle, and then I can use the harder, more powerful ones inside of battle. That's the idea. But chances are, I'm not going to be able to heal all the way. Oh, we just got it on the last EO spell. I will take it. All right, so this is the Southwestern Quadrant. There's not a lot to see here, to be honest. Once you get to this point, there's usually a fixed encounter here. And I've been surprised by were-lions. We're not off to a good start, but we'll see what I can do. And I've been poisoned. Bilbo's been poisoned as well. All right, so we got a couple poisons. I do have a lot of HP, though. So fight, fight, fight. Catino, you can do a Catino, right? Latumofis, I believe, is... Yeah, that is the spell. And then, screw it, Tilt-A-Wait. If you guys are poisoning me, I'm going all out on you. All right, Gimli gets one. Bilbo does some damage. 1 dead. 2 dead. I'm going to say that's 3. Possibly 4. I think that's it. I think we're good. So then Latumofis cures you, and we are good to go. Lots of stuff that I don't care about. Okay. So you... do you know Latumofis? You do. Cast that. And then we'll have to go for dials now. And we'll have to have Fizzlewick start using some stuff here. 3... It just requires so much. I'm going quick because I've done this several times before. It's just a habit that I apparently have not broken yet. All right, so this is the Southwestern Quadrant. At this point, if you go forward here, you end up in darkness. And you can try to navigate the darkness all you want, but there's not much for you there. So we are going to leave and get into another fixed encounter right here. I don't really need to fight anything. I'm good. I don't need to fight, I should say. All right, Kobold Kings are up next. Fight, fight, fight. Catino, Montino. Tilt-A-Wait. Let's not mess around because I'm already thinking of heading back, so we might as well start going all out. I do have 8 uses of Tilt-A-Wait before I run out, so I might as well take advantage of that. All right. Is anybody still alive? Clearly they are. Has my Tilt-A-Wait not gone off yet? There we go. 1 down. I'm going to say that's 2 down. Usually there's a little flicker, but I'm not seeing that. I'm going to assume that the Tilt-A-Wait killed everything that was still alive. It did. It's a good assumption for me to make. Okay, so we're in the middle part again. If we head north once from here, this is the corridor that takes us west. Then we can head up here, and this is a small little room with an even smaller room inside. There's no way into this room, but this is a one-way exit door, and I'm not sure why it's there, because there's a pit inside there. Chances are if you get teleported there... 5 Champ Samurai surprised me. Like, am I already... I might go back already. And this is not working out the way that I wanted. Alright, not too bad. Not too much damage. Fight, fight, fight. Catino, Montino, Tilt-A-Wait. I'm considering that going all out. That is what all out looks like. And I don't see any reason not to do it at this point because I know that I'm going to be heading back to town pretty soon here. To the castle, I should say. Pretty soon here. All right. Gimli kills one. Tilt-a-wait goes and kills everything. All right. Camp and Fizzlewick, Dial. Dial and Gimli, and Dial on Bilbo, and Dialma on Bilbo. Okay. I'm already on Dialmas. That's not a good sign. Where am I? I think I need to go out this way. I am confused. All right, I honestly lost track of it, so let's do a demo pick here. Where am I? I'm at 5. Okay, I'm facing east, 5 east, 11 north, 1 down. Okay, so I'm still in the small little room. So I just need to go out here. There we go. Now we're back out in the center. If you go in here, that'll take you kind of to the northwestern quadrant properly. There's no... Oh, a spider. Yeah, okay. You should be dead. That should do it. Durin and Gimli should be able to do the trick. Bilbo, you're good at spiders. That's like one of your things. He doesn't have the right weapon. He doesn't have it. All right. Inspect. I almost said what it was. I decided against it. Let's disarm the gas bomb and see what Bilbo can do for me here. All right, we have a shield and a sword and gloves. Wow, I will take that. So once again, you can kind of explore around here. It's a lot of empty rooms. There's also a hidden exit to the north, but you don't need to take that. So let's go back into the center here. This is a warp. This is a warp. This is the corridor that takes you north. Warp. Did I pass it? Sorry. This one is the corridor that takes you north. And I'm getting in fights because I'm not explaining things properly. All right. Ogre Lord. They do hit pretty hard, but we do have decent AC at this point. Our armor class is pretty low. Mahalito. That should do the trick. Yeah. Durin did it all by himself. Let's get out of there. Okay. So, yeah, basically the center one on this side is the corridor. Everything else is a warp. If we go through here, we can go to the northeastern quadrant. And now the northeastern quadrant is much more of a spiral, kind of a maze kind of thing, and it all leads to nowhere. So we're just going to go ahead and leave again. Going down this side, warp. We surprised 2 level 7 priests. Hopefully I can take them out here. 1 and 2. There we go. Here is the corridor leads east. Sorry. Right? Is that right? No, sorry. This is the corridor leading east. Warp and warp and another warp. So where we actually want to go is here. This one will actually take us to the southeastern quadrant, but I'm going to head back and heal before we go there. Take the stairs and head... Oh, actually, let's go back to the castle. Because we have stuff. There's stuff to identify, and I have to deal with Elrond anyway, because I didn't give him the stuff he needed. All right, you can have the... No, you can have the sword and the gloves. Got a lot of items, if I remember right. Bilbo got some armor. And did Fizzlewick get anything? You got a potion. And Haleth didn't pick up anything. Okay, so Elrond does have a full inventory here, but we can deal with that. Let's identify number 3. He's my bishop, so I'm going to use him to identify. Plate mail. That'll be sold. Shield. Large shield. That'll be sold. Sword. Short sword -1. That'll be sold. Gloves. Gloves of Copper. Everybody that can use it has it already. Plate mail +2. There we go. There's something nice. And the potion is Latumofis. Okay, so we're going to trade. We will give Durin the plate mail +2. He is our frontline guy after all. We will give Gimli our potion of Latumofis, just in case somebody gets poisoned. Everything else gets sold, so let's go to Boltac, and we'll have Elrond go in. He will sell the plate mail. Do I have to do it one at a time? I do. It's been a little bit for me. Large shield. Short sword -1. And gloves of copper. And then I'm going to need to buy... Why didn't I get him the leather armor +1? I thought I got that. All right. And Gilgamesh, well, inspect. What happened to all your gold? Equip 111. All right, that fixes that. Durin is doing all right. Let's equip 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. And that lowered his AC by 2 more. The plate mail +2 did. So we can have you go to Boltac, and you can sell the breastplate. Yeah, I don't know what happened to all my gold, but to be honest, I don't really care. I have so much that it doesn't matter. Maybe I typed it in wrong, but like I still have more than I'll ever need for anything. All right, let's go back to the edge of town, and we'll go where we're actually supposed to go. But we're going to need to do Porfic again. Make sure everybody is as ready as they can be. Yes, that is done now. All right, so we're going to basically go the same way. I should point out this way. I tried to go in here to get the fixed encounter. This is a small path. I would not recommend taking it because it does lead to a pit, and you could possibly do a lot of damage and have characters die when you fall down a pit. So I wouldn't recommend doing it. So don't go down that path. It just takes you to the corridor on the western side. All right, into the middle again, another encounter. We got surprised by a spider. Once again, Bilbo, this should be your job. Well, you did a good job there. You dodged. But I was really hoping that you would, do the trick. Also, if I could get a better sword, that would be great. Let's see. We got a priest blaster. No, it was an exploding box. How's everybody doing? All right, well, we got armor. We got a sword. And gold points that I don't care about. Well, gold pieces. I don't know. Gold pieces doesn't describe things to me. I need a size. Elrond, you're on healing duty again. Yeah, we'll just do Dios. Dios on Elrond is the last one that has any damage. Dial up next. Not used to healing my back row. Oh, so close. We'll have Fizzlewick finish that off. There we go. Okay. So, like I said, we wanted to go into the Southwestern Quadrant. That is over here. So we'll go inside, and we want to head into the darkness. Once again, it's kind of a bit of a maze here. There is a space that you do need to go to, right? We actually do have to find the stairs down and all that. So let's try to do this carefully. Once you step into the darkness, you turn right, and you head down twice. 1, 2. Turn right again, head to the west once. Turn right again, head north once. Turn left, get into an encounter. I got surprised by a man in armor. As long as he doesn't insta-kill, we'll be all right. 1 damage on Gimli. I'm not even going to heal that. All right, Major Daimo. All right, somebody should be able to finish him off in 1 hit here. Yeah, Durin does the trick. No, I'm still not going to heal. All right, nothing special out of that. So we just turned left. We need to head west 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Turn left, head south 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Turn left again, head east once. And that'll take us where we need to go. The armor you seek to bring to the fray lies 4 steps ahead, but 3 steps away. So that is our little clue. Let's, kind of see that they still have the little marker for the clue there. So we can try to head forward. They said it was 4 steps ahead, but it's only 3 steps away. I don't understand. So let's go forward, go forward, go forward, go forward. And you can keep on doing this as long as you want, because there's actually a warp on that next step ahead of us, and it takes us back 1. So I'm just going back and forth here between the same 2 spots. What I need to do is move forward. I need to get on the other side. And there's only one way to do that. And that's going back to camp, using Halith here to cast Maelor. You might remember Maelor as the teleportation spell. You need to be, supposedly, level 13 in order to learn Maelor. So you cannot progress in this game without this. This is the level check. You need to be level 13. You need to have access to Maelor in order to progress. We need to head east 2 steps. That's all we need to do. And teleport. And we get to keep all of our stuff. Hooray. We got to keep it. We do want to actually heal. I know I said I wasn't going to, but I will here. Okay. Let's turn the status off here. So we're basically a couple steps east of where we were, right? We just kind of teleported. And here is our first important thing in the game. That's why I healed right there. We'll step forward and we'll get into an encounter. This is a mandatory encounter. We surprised the magic armor. We snuck up on it. The magic armor is an enemy. It does hit you, and it does actually hit pretty hard. So we are going to fight it. I surprised it, so there's not much that I can do here. Just fight, fight, fight. All right. I did do some damage, but not as much as I would like. So fight, fight, fight. Catino would be useful. I don't think it has access to spells, but once again, I'm kind of assuming everything does. And then why not? Tilt-a-wait. Let's see what I can do here. All right, Bilbo cannot hit stagnant armor. He's resisting all my spells. The magic armor chewed Gimli? He chewed Gimli. He only did 4 damage, but he chewed him? I'm confused. Okay, fight, fight, fight. Once again, he should be all right here. I should be able to do some stuff here. Like, we're going all out. Some of this should land. I think it's just a percentage that it doesn't land. I don't think that it's actually 100% resistant to spells. But so far, it looks like he is. I'm 0 for 6, so we have to assume 0. Once again, it bites at Durin. See, now I can see how armor would bite, but that's when you're wearing it and it, kind of chafes a bit. I've heard that referred to as biting, but I'm confused by this whole situation. What spell do I want to use? What spell do you even have access to that could be useful here? Morlus? Do you have access to Morlus? You do. That's good. Morlus decreases the magic armor's ability to dodge. And then my priest can go for Bomba 2. No, let's go for a higher level 1. What's the higher level 1? No, that's the highest level 1 that you got. Bomba 2. And then, do you have a higher level 1? You do. Mesopic. We're going to decrease our AC, so we're impossible to hit. It would help if I could hit it, though. So I think that's -6 that we got. And it claws at Durin. Has it claw at Durin? And it still hit him for the record. So yeah, we're pretty difficult to hit at this point. Do you have access to Melito? You do. What can I use on you? I'm running out of things to do. Manifo. That's a paralysis spell. We'll try that. And for you, Medalto? It's a cold spell? We'll freeze the armor. Alright, 28 more damage there. Bilbo misses. Yeah, it's just resisting everything. That must be for my version. For the version that I'm playing. That it does that. So at this point, it's just fight, 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 parry, parry, parry. That's what we're going to do to win. We're just going to keep doing that. He can bite, he can claw, he can chew. This is a special piece of armor. But yeah, you have to fight it. Keep going. I mean, this is ultimately just a level check to make sure that you have beaten the first game. Is there like some sort of strength up I can do? I don't think so. Yeah, there's nothing that I can really do here. Let's just keep attacking. I can try to use like my kill spells, but I don't want to do that. It's not like he's doing a whole bunch of damage to me. We're just kind of waiting for him to die. And of course, he's got a ton of HP. He's probably got more HP than Werdna did for me in the first game if I'm still not killing him. We've got to be well over 100 damage. I haven't been keeping track too much, but we've got to be at... There we go. The magic armor finally goes down. You get a ton of experience, and we found some sort of armor. No gold pieces, though. If we head forward from here, we can find the stairs that actually lead down. We're not going to take them because I want to check. I've been told both that if you defeat the magic armor, that it'll never spawn again. And I've been told that it will always respawn there. Let's see what happens in my version of the game. It does not respawn. So if you do fight it, it is gone for good. Let's head out of here. But that was the clue that we got to make it forward. So that is the first piece that we have down. That is our first real thing that we had to do. Remember that you have to get something on each and every floor, and I said there was only one thing that was important. Ooh, I went too far. There we go. There was one thing that was important. This was the first thing. It was this magic armor that we needed to fight, and then we found some sort of armor. Let's head back to town, see if we can't identify it, and figure out what we did. Was it good? We may never know. Let's heal first. God, he did such little damage to me. I think he did a total of like 30 damage. Yeah, I didn't fully heal. There we go. Like, he did almost nothing. So let's trade some stuff around here. Make sure that Elrond gets all the stuff he needs to identify. Good there. Good there. You have 2 of them already. And nothing for you. All right. Yes, here. Identify the sword. Give me something good. I could use a good sword. That's not That's not it. Armor. Plate mail, just standard. And this is the important one. This is KOD's armor. KOD stands for the Knight of Diamonds. Now, I believe that... Are they going to let me sell it? Like, is it even an option? It is an option, but you don't get anything for it. Don't sell it. Like, you can... Let me make sure I hit the right button here. Do not sell it. In case they let me sell it, you can break the game by selling that. If you don't have it, you're screwed. Okay, so trade that to Durin, please. Somebody should be able to equip that. I thought that a lot of people should, but obviously my frontline guy is the one that I want to have it on. So we're at an AC of -3 right now. Switch that over. And now we're at an AC of -10. It went from -3 to -10. The Knight of Diamonds armor is good. I would recommend getting it. I mean, you have to in order to beat the game anyway. But if you're playing a version where they allow you to kind of farm it and get it a couple more times, if the magic armor respawns every time you kill it, you should get the Knight of Diamonds armor. I would recommend doing that and letting everybody that can equip it, equip it. It is very good. Then we will switch over to Gimli, who should get to -3, I believe. Oh, I hit the wrong one, I think. There we go. Went too fast. There we go, -3. And then you can go here and sell the breastplate. All right, and then we will divvy up the gold, and we have gotten one of the pieces that we need in order to win. We have also cleared level 1. We are going to have to warp every time we enter the dungeon from now on. That means we have to use a level 7 spell from our mage every time we go. And if we're being honest, I wanted to use that spell for Tilt-A-Wait. So if you're not high enough level to handle using your highest level spell and then continuing fighting, you might want to do some more level grinding. That's why they recommend going to, before importing anybody in, leveling up your characters in Wizardry 1 as much as possible before importing them in here. But we've made some progress today. We will head over to level 2 next time. That is going to do it for this part of Wizardry 2. My name is ballerscuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you laughed. I hope you learned. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.